What's up, guys? Jack back here. We're gonna be talking some NFL today. Just doing the season in review video. I always like doing this, going over my predictions that I had in September when the season started. Um, it's hard to believe the season started. It's a quick season, man. I mean, baseball's a while, NBA's a while. Gonna have some new NBA content up for you. Sometime coming soon. I'm not going to talk about the Harden trade. I don't really want to. But I'm going to have some content up about NBA. And I think I'm doing an NHL video this weekend. But anyways, today we're here to talk about my original predictions and how they panned out. So for the NFC, we'll start with NFC. So for the NFC East, I had Dallas winning, I had the Eagles winning the NFC East with Dallas finishing second. So I guess the reasoning behind it was Philly had, I remember seeing this graphic where they had Deshaun Jackson, Zach Ertz, Alshon Jeffrey, Rager, I thought they had a good offensive line, and then Miles Sanders, and then Wentz, too, I think is decent. And then they had an okay defense. It was fine, but compared to the rest of the division, I just thought they would win. And they were a disaster this season. Once again, it's pretty much Jeffrey and Deshaun Jackson are out for pretty much the whole year, as well as Zach Ertz. So limited weapons. And then they didn't give the ball enough to Miles Sanders. I thought they should have given him more carries. He's their best player on offense. And their line was terrible. And Carson Winston, a bad line, is a bad recipe. I don't really know, to be honest, where I stand on Carson Wentz. Going into this season, I thought he was probably a top 10 quarterback. And I don't know, man. His decision making isn't very good, but at the same time, he has a terrible line and virtually no weapons, and he's had like 5 surgeries. So, I don't know where I stand on that. But obviously the Redskins won, and the Giants came in second, so got this division completely wrong. Real quick about Dallas. So, I guess I didn't take Dallas because the Eagles had a terrible team 2 years ago, before this season, 2 seasons ago, and they won at like 9-7, and Dallas won 8-8, and they had like a sick team. So I guess took the Eagles over them for some reason. So yeah, completely whiffed in the NFC East. NFC West, we had the 49ers. Yeah. Terrible prediction once again. Thought I had the Seahawks in first, but I didn't. I had the Seahawks as a potential wildcard team, so at least I got that. But yeah, the Niners, I thought their defense would be a lot more dominant, which it was. I thought their defense was pretty good. But their offense really wasn't that good. Garoppolo's injured for a lot of the year. Their line wasn't that great. Not a lot of great weapons. Just not. It's kind of hard to also diagnose, like, what went wrong there. I guess it was because Garoppolo was out, but is Garoppolo even that good? I could see him definitely going to the Patriots next year, if not Deshaun Watson. I don't think we'll draft a QB unless Fields or Wilson is there. Random Patriots fact there. And then, yeah, Seahawks in second. Wish I had them in first. It's too bad. I remember saying, though, I did say that the Rams had a good all-around team, as well as the Cardinals. So at least I didn't, trash any of those teams. Both very good. I think next time when coming around, I just gotta look at teams that have just complete NFL rosters, and the Rams are just one of those teams. Offense, defense, they're just really solid across the board. So I gotta look for that more next time. And then, so NFC South, I had the Saints in first, which is good. Got that right. Bucks in second. Got that right. I didn't kind of take the big bite of the cookie. I wasn't like, I gotta take the Bucks. They're so good. I kind of trusted the Saints. They didn't have Drew Brees for a lot of the season, and they were still pretty solid. Um, so impressive. Um, and they have a really good defense, man. They really do. Janoris Jenkins played well. Cam Jordan had a good season. Demario Davis, man, is underrated. Another, or also Malcolm Jenkins, good pickup. So they're pretty good. Tampa was kind of what I expected. I mean, they beat up against the really good teams. Their defense was better than I thought it would be. Partly in credit to Todd Bowles, great defensive coordinator, and they've got a good, you know, they've got some good young players going on that are on their defense going for the future. I mean, they got the middle linebacker Devin White, I think his name is, Winfield Jr., Jamal Dean. Um, they've got a pretty good. They got a nice thing going there. Um, I'm going to talk about the playoffs in my next video also. NFC North, first place I had the Packers, check. Um, kind of a no-brainer, take them to finish first. Then I had the Lions in second. The Lions and the Chargers are the teams that I'm always, I always want to pick. One, because I want them to do well, and two, because they have a good team. Like, the Lions had a good team this year. They did. They had Okuda, Trufant, Deron Harmon, Reggie Ragland, Jamie Collins, Trey Flowers. On the defense was an okay defense, and then their offense, Stafford, who I thought was a top 10 quarterback, not sure about now. Hawkinson, Marvin Jones, Kenny Galladay, those running backs, good offensive line. Just doesn't come together sometimes. They have a good kicker too, you know what I mean? Like, at least Chargers had a terrible kicker, so that's kind of why they lost some games. I don't know, man. I just got to go with teams that are historically don't mess up, and that's the Lions, man. They choke away so many games. They lose so many close games, just like the Chargers. But anyways, we'll get into that. I was spot on about my Trubisky prediction. Well, sort of. I said they were going to finish. I was kind of wrong, actually. I said they were going to finish fourth as long as Trubisky was their quarterback. I was wrong about that, but I think I did put the coffin in the nail that he is not a very good quarterback. And they got to move on. Also, going back to the NFC East with Haskins, I did say the Redskins will finish in fourth if Haskins is their QB. I said I was not. I was a Dwayne Haskins downer, and I was correct about that. I did not think he's a good player. Yeah. Then AFC West, Chiefs. I mean, that's a given. Obviously, I had them winning. And then in second, I had the Chargers, which I don't know if that was. They may have finished second, actually. I'm not sure. I know the Raiders and the Chargers had a really close record, but overall the Chargers kind of won some trash games at the end of the year, and I don't really think 7-9 is their actual that's a record, but I don't really think that reflects how their season went. I mean, they were 1-6 or I don't know, but they got a good young quarterback with Herbert. I said I liked him. I believe I said in that video he's better than Tua Tagovailoa, which I'm really happy is on film. Happy my prediction has come to fruition. Like I said before, Tua came from, and this is no rap on Tua. I still think he could develop into a good quarterback, but right now it's clear that Justin Herbert is substantially better than him. Like I said about Tua, he had all 5 stars on his offensive line. He had Devonta Smith, Jalen Waddle, Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs, Najee Harris, Josh Jacobs, all on his team. And it's easy to succeed when you have players like that. He's also had 2 surgeries on his ankle or whatever, been banged up a lot. So, whereas Herbert was the number 1 QB prospect in the 2019 draft. Now, I don't know if that was before Kyler Murray declared or not, but still, he was highly regarded a draft before that. So, I thought the Dolphins made a mistake in taking Tua just because I thought Herbert was a better option. I still think Tua maybe could develop, but not an encouraging season from him. And the stat that stands out to me is not his QBR, but which was actually respectable. But I think he completed only 3 passes of 15 or more yards. And in the NFL, you can't score without explosive plays. And that's what you need for an offense. So I'm about to sneeze. Anyways, that's my Tua rant. In terms of the AFC East, I had the Pats and the Bills tying for first. Like I said in the video, it's hard to take a Belichick team not to finish first. Um, I really did think Cam was gonna rebound. I thought his arm was gonna be pretty well healed. We had a great defense, which kind of fell apart at the end of the year because we lost Gilmore, and our depth kind of just caught up to us. But yeah, I thought our defense was gonna be a little more dominant. And look, this team definitely, I said we could have gone 10-6. We definitely could have. That 49ers game, we played terrible. We're better. We're more talented than the 49ers. That Denver game we lost, we're better than Denver. So that's 9-7 right there. And then I got to find one more win, which is the Bills game, the first Bills game where Cam fumbled like at the end of the game. So that's 10-6 right there. If you turn those games around. But that's no excuse. And then of course the Bills, hats off to them, man. I knew they had the team and the talent to do it. It was just, could they do it when they're in the spotlight, right? Because this is their first season where people were like, hey, Buffalo Bills, they're gonna win. They should win this division. I was right about the Dolphins being a potential wild card team. Obviously they didn't make the playoffs. But I said this is going to be an improved Dolphins team. Got a lot of NFL caliber players that they brought in, and I was right about that, which I'm happy about. AFC North. I had the Ravens in first, given Browns second. So I missed out on the Steelers. I didn't think they were going to be this good, which I'll admit. I think I had them third. Yeah, didn't have them fourth. So Big Ben had a good rebound year. Claypool pulled out really well. Shout out to Chase, Notre Dame guy, my cousin's roommate. And Deontay Johnson was good. Juju was good for a bit. Eric Ebron, good weapon. And their line played pretty well. Good defense. So, they won 12-4, and they did lose to the Browns eventually, but it was a pretty impressive season from the Steelers, and I didn't expect it at all. So, hats off to them. And then AFC, I had the Titans in first place. So that was the one I was probably happiest about, because that wasn't an obvious first place pick. And I was right about the Texans. Feel really bad for Deshaun, man. Bill O'Brien just kind of treated him like a robot and was like, hey, I'm just going to trade everyone away, but you're still going to stay here. I said in the video I didn't like Bill O'Brien. He did get fired. So, nothing against the guy, just think he's a little superficial. Just in terms of, trading away Hopkins and all these guys, and, he hasn't won an AFC championship ever. Nonetheless, made it to the Super Bowl. But anyways, yeah, so I had the Titans finishing first, which I was happy about. And then the Colts finishing second, which I was also right about. So overall, an okay year for predictions. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 counting the Bills, which sort of counts, I guess. Correct for first place out of 8. It's okay. Should do better, honestly. But anyways, to all those NFL people who are watching, thanks for watching. I'm going to do a video right after this about the upcoming playoff matchups, and I'll see you guys later. I want to do more like in-depth football analysis videos. It's because I love football. Might want to consider working in the NFL in the future as like a player development or roster builder type guy. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later.